Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of the 3 Count. I am Machine M.J. He is Rodimus Prime, and we are the 3 Count Mafia.
Yep.
Malcolm's not here because he's still working.
Yeah, he's punching the clock.
Anyway, we are on the eve of All In.
Yes, we cannot wait. Labor Day weekend is going to be lit as fuck.
It's going to be all in. It's going to be like Vegas Casino, all in.
All in?
Anyway, but unfortunately we're not here to talk about All In. We are here today to talk about WWE's week of programming.
Yes.
So, but before we do that, let me give a quick shout out to Going in Raw.
Nice shirt, by the way.
Thanks. It's on their Friendo Market. It's part of their Chicago gift set. Comes with a signed postcard and stickers.
Cool.
It's not for sale anymore because Chicago weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't do an NXT and 205 Live episode.
Yeah, because they're in.
Yeah, because they had to make it to StarCast.
Yeah.
Shout out to them. Go check out Going in Raw if you want to check out more wrestling stuff.
Great content.
Great content. It's hilarious.
Amen.
Anyway, but let's go ahead and start with Raw. It was in Bizarro Land, aka Canada,
Toronto.
in Toronto.
Speaking of Toronto, they did announce that SummerSlam 2019 will be in Toronto.
Feel the heat, eh?
Yeah.
Anyway, we start off the show with Roman Reigns coming out there. I forget what he was talking about.
I didn't see it because I was at work.
But Braun Strowman came out there, and apparently he is still Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
Or at least when he came out there, he was Mr. Money in the Bank. But he basically told Roman, the next cash-in you're going to see coming because I'm cashing it in at Hell in a Cell.
So they made that official. It will be Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, because Dolph and Drew came out there to interrupt the Love Fest. The Love Fest, you know, because they were showing respect to each other and all that.
Well, before that, Strowman and Reigns shook hands.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Showed respect. They shook hands.
Yeah.
Came out there, blah, blah, blah. Dolph Ziggler's still around, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
Then, acting general manager Baron Corbin
Oh, God.
came out there and said, you know what? I'm going to make matches. Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, your match at Hell in a Cell is official. It's going to be for the Universal title. But tonight, it's going to be you two against Dolph and Drew. And Baron Corbin seemed more giddy this episode.
Yeah, I really didn't. From what I saw, I really didn't pay much attention to him.
Well, because as soon as I got back from commercial, you know, he was so giddy because he was like, you know, he made a match against him and Finn Balor. And he was just like, I've always wanted to say this. Ring that bell. You know, he seemed happy, you know, gleeful about his job.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand that.
Yeah. So Finn Balor came out there. They had a back and forth match. Finn Balor was getting the better of Baron Corbin until Baron Corbin smacked Finn Balor with a chair, causing disqualification. Corbin picks up the mic. He's like, oh, since I'm GM, I made this a no disqualification match. And he beats Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Yeah.
Can they end... Sorry, I had a bowl. Can they end this thing between Corbin and Balor?
You know, you would have thought they ended it at SummerSlam when they brought out the Demon.
Yeah, and Corbin got squished.
Yeah, but, I mean, I'm like you. Just go ahead and end this crap, because the whole big guy versus little guy, bully versus small guy thing,
It's run its course.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah. Just end it already.
I mean, I was already done when Baron Corbin told Finn Balor that his new locker room was a fucking kid's playhouse.
That was fucking retarded.
That was stupid.
Yeah.
Anyway, next match was it was actually a surprising match. Sasha Banks defeated Dana Brooke, but Dana Brooke had a little bit more offense in than I expected.
She was a little more feisty, so to speak.
Yeah, she had a little bit more fight in her.
I heard this was a good match. Like I said, I was at work when this happened, but I did hear Sasha won. They had a pretty damn good match, if you will.
Yeah, they had a pretty good back and forth. Next match. Match of Raw. Match of the night for Raw. Was the
You was going to say Internet Championship. The Intercontinental Championship.
No, I was trying to say international.
Oh.
Intercontinental. I can't fucking get my words right. All in.
Oh.
Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins. Open challenge against Kevin Owens. Canada's own Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Now, he came out there and, he's basically singing the blues, saying, this has been a bad year for me. Look at you, Seth Rollins. You've been getting Intercontinental Gold. You got your friends back. Me, I have nothing. I would have beaten Braun Strowman if my best friend were there. When I was on SmackDown, I dreamed of coming to Raw. All this.
Yeah.
And then he said, I could think of no better way. I could think of many better places than to have an Intercontinental title match than Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
Which the crowd booed him, and then he started smack talking them in French.
Yeah, I heard he was talking in French. It was pretty good.
Yeah, loosely translated, it's basically, boo me all you want, but you bought my merch.
Fact.
Kevin Owens is great on the mic.
Yeah. I did. This was another match I heard that was pretty good. Like you said, match of the night. I came home from work, and as soon as I flipped on the TV, he was sitting in the chair looking like he had just lost his best friend.
Yeah.
And then, he tried to gather his words, and he was like, I quit. He dropped the mic, walked off. So that was it.
Apparently they got things planned for Kevin Owens. So
yeah.
He's been moved to the alumni page. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Seth Rollins defeated Kevin Owens in a hell of a match.
Yep.
I figured they would have let Kevin Owens have this.
Yeah. I mean, he's held the championship before.
Oh, yeah.
So
who could forget that incredible match he had against Dean Ambrose at Royal Rumble?
Oh, my God. That was amazeballs.
Well, here's something that's not amazeballs. The Revival, say man.
Oh.
Defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions. B-Team, go.
In the words of mainstream Malcolm, hiya.
Yeah.
I watched this, and they tried to do the whole roll-up thing, and the Revival won, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he got on the mic. It was Dawson.
Yeah, basically saying we beat him, so we won a championship match. Corbin says, you want it? Next week, you got it.
Yeah, before that, he got on the mic saying, this tag team division has been a complete joke, fact. And, we go from Demolition to Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, the Road Warriors, Rock and Sock Connection, any tag team you think that have held tag team gold in WWE, we go from that to the B team.
No, B team.
Yeah, B team.
No.
Please move on, because I'm just done with this feud. I don't even care. I mean, sure, it would be a rebound for the Revival, because, we saw what happened at Raw 25 back in January. They got buried as fuck.
They got buried hard.
By Balor Club and D-Generation X. But I don't care anymore.
I wouldn't say DX. I'd say the whole clique.
Ugh.
The whole clique buried them. But at least that was a vote of confidence from Triple H to Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Please move on.
Next match, next spot was pretty good. Elias was going to perform for Toronto until he kept smack-talking him, which prompted the return of Stratus Faction, baby!
Trish Stratus, the hometown girl, WWE Hall of Famer, came out there to a huge ovation. And, they were jaw-jacking back and forth. I did like that line where he said, it's nice of you to come out here. You took time away from changing diapers and taking care of your kids and stuff like that.
I think he called her like a
60-year-old woman.
Yeah, and she slapped the piss out of him.
Yeah, and then
and then he just vanished out of there.
Yeah, and Ronda Rousey came out there.
Ronda and Natalya came out there.
Yeah, and basically set up a match with Alexa Bliss. No, it was Alicia Fox and Natty. Alexa Bliss came out there with Alicia.
And Mickie James.
Who is very well acquainted with one Trish Stratus.
Yeah. But basically all that was it was a double hype up. One for Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss at Hell in a Cell, and then Alexa Bliss versus Trish at Evolution.
Yeah, and, it's good, like we keep saying, it's good that they got their own pay-per-view, but they are really booking the fuck out of this pay-per-view. We understand promotion. We get you trying to, promote the pay-per-view, but you guys are really doing overkill.
Oh, speaking of promoting for the pay-per-view, of course, Natalia defeated Alicia Fox. And the Bellas announced that they were going to be in action next week. So, what this has to do with pay-per-view, I'm pretty damn sure they're going to have the Bellas on Evolution.
That's no secret.
Okay, I'll echo the sentiments of Steve from Going in Raw. On on Tuesday's episode of Going in Raw, he ragged on the Bell Twins. Then Wednesday's episode of SmackDown, he
Did you say SmackDown or SmackTown?
SmackDown.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wednesday's episode of Going in Raw, when they reviewed SmackDown, he corrected himself. He's like, I don't have anything against Brie. It's Nikki, the one that I'm, annoyed with. And I agree with him, because I feel like of the two Bellas, Brie is the most real one there.
Yeah.
Real.
You know what? I agree. I haven't listened to the podcast yet, but, nothing against Brie and Nikki. Nothing personal. I'm just not a fan of the whole Bella Twins thing. And Nikki is just like, she's just there for eye candy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, she's beautiful in her own right, so is Brie. But Brie seems like the more organic of the two.
More real.
She's more real.
I mean, she has a real relationship. It's not like fake for the cameras.
Yes, or not for ratings. But it's like Nikki, again, nothing personal. It's just, she's just there. Like, oh, let's put her out there to promote her like she's a big deal. They've been trying to make her a thing for years, even when she held that other championship.
Yeah.
For like 400 days.
But I don't like the idea of the Bellas being back because, of the time they represent.
Yeah.
Back, when it wasn't the women's division, it was the Divas division.
Yeah.
Back when women weren't treated seriously and they had god-awful matches.
For like 15 seconds.
Yeah. Now we got, amazing talent.
Yeah. From the Bellas, Ronda Rousey.
Now I'm going to ignore the Bellas. We got Natalya, Alexa Bliss, Ronda Rousey,
Ember
Moon, Charlotte,
Alicia Fox, so on and so forth. Even in NXT, amazing talent all around the board.
95% of the women in WWE are amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazingly talented.
Yeah.
And those 5%, and the 5% left are either, the Bellas or, down in NXT, getting polished out.
Yeah. They may seem like enhancement talent, but, you see them from time to time.
Look at Deonna Purrazzo. She was enhancement talent. Now look at her. She's gold.
Vanessa Bourne. You see her every now and then.
Oh, yeah. Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
She's fantastic.
So.
Anyway, let's move on. Constable Baron Corbin, he got Braun Strowman's briefcase. Said your match is official. Thanks for turning in the briefcase. I'll get to that in a minute. Anyway, he made a handicap match for Bob Lashley. He squished the Ascension. Anyway.
Why? They have just done nothing with him since this guy been back. Except for when he feuded with Reigns.
That short feud with Reigns.
It was good, though.
It was good, yeah, but it was short.
But other than that, what the fuck have you guys done with Bobby Lashley since returning after WrestleMania?
Be one of the most protected stars in the WWE.
Yeah.
That's all he's done. Anyway, back to that briefcase. I heard an interesting suggestion on Going in Raw. Cheap plug, I know, but bear with me. Somebody suggested, what if Baron Corbin doesn't count Braun Strowman's match at Hell in a Cell as a Money in the Bank cash-in? He just makes the match in order to get the briefcase off of Strowman, and he hands it to Kevin Owens.
That would be very interesting.
That would be.
I would actually like that.
Yeah, because he told Stephanie that he's going to try and change Kevin Owens' mind.
I would like that.
Anyway, but yeah, I feel like that's a good idea.
Definitely.
Next match, pretty much a squish match. Jinder Mahal versus return from the prison yard, Dean Ambrose. Yeah, Dean Ambrose beat Jinder Mahal.
Nothing much to say there.
No, nothing much. And the last match, was the tag team match between Roman Reigns, Braun Strowman, Dolph and Drew. It ended in disqualification.
Yeah, because Strowman tagged Roman. He didn't get in.
He just stood there and watched as Dolph and Drew just beat the hell out of him.
And then basically turned on Roman.
Yeah.
Basically left him laying. Drew and Dolph, they picked the bones, if you will.
Before the Shield came out there, because I know you're about to get to that.
Yeah.
It didn't make sense as why they would do this.
Yeah.
But one moment made sense. When Braun Strowman picked up Roman Reigns by the face and said, "I'm not done with you."
Yeah.
Recalling back to their past rivalry, which was bananas, by the way.
It was good. Very good.
Except for that ambulance match ending. That was really weird.
Now, like I was telling a coworker, like...
Roman Reigns just speared himself into the ambulance. That was a weird ending.
That was retarded. Or when he tried to damn near kill Strowman.
Okay, that was good, though. That was good.
I mean, it's not funny, but thankfully nothing serious happened.
Yeah.
Just Kurt Angle's face was like... He just stood there like, what the fuck?
Kurt Angle's worst GM.
But anyway...
he's good at his job at being the worst GM. So.
Yeah. Yeah. But what was I finna get to?
Anyway, yeah, the Shield came out there.
Oh, the Shield came out there. And, they got left laying. Of course, Rollins had his match. He was bumped shoulder. Ambrose came out there before he did, and it still wasn't enough. So they made a match for a Super Show in October. In Melbourne, Australia, the Shield versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre.
Yeah. That was it for Raw. So.
Yes.
It was a pretty decent episode. A lot of stuff just made it feel kind of clunky.
Yeah.
Especially, B Team.
No. Straight garbage.
What are they doing with Raw? Like, why is Raw good, then suddenly it's bad?
I don't know. I feel like these drafts are like... When they do these drafts, they have this certain crop of stars. Okay, you're going to Raw. You put them on there, Raw's good. Then you switch them over, Raw sucks. And the same way with SmackDown for a while. It's like, you have all these crop of stars on SmackDown, SmackDown's good. And it is.
I don't think it's just the stars that get swapped over. I think it's also the writers that get swapped over.
The writers are straight trash. Like, okay, they have some good stuff, but for the most part, the writers are trash. Because it's just like they just come up with anything, just make it sound good.
Like, who was the genius that, started that Bayley, Sasha Banks feud, where Bayley told Sasha, "You ain't shit." And then where was the dumbass that said, "No, nix that, let's make them best friends. Let's have them go to therapy."
It was just garbage. Really, really, really garbage.
Anyway, we move on to SmackDown, where we kick off the show with the New Day, basking in the glory of their fifth championship reign. Where before they could even get to it, they had to bend the knee for King Booker.
Yes, he anointed him, so to speak.
He anointed them. He even gave them titles. He had Kofi the Brave,
Yeah.
Xavier the Wise, and Big E.
Oh my God.
Big E was kind of upset about it. He's like, "Well, you do have a title. You got Big, and then you name E." And Big E with that gem of a line, "You just went full Saxon on me."
Wow.
And of course, Booker responded with, "Tell me you just didn't say that. Tell me you just didn't say that." It was fun. Booker, welcomed into the 5-time club, and all 4 of them did a spin-a-rooney.
Oh my God, I heard about that spin-a-rooney.
Booker T, fantastic as usual. Kofi Kingston, great. Xavier Woods, great. Big E just fell on his back, and the others had to help him spin around. It's great.
Wow.
Who doesn't love the New Day?
New Day is awesome. Like many have said, 3-4 years ago, New Day they formed.
Yeah, and they were booed out of the building because
And
they were just overly babyface.
And then not just that, like the whole gimmick was trash, but if you look at it 4 years later, it's like one of the best things in wrestling, not just WWE. I mean, now granted the whole pancake bouillon stuff kind of got outrageous, but overall, I mean, they've really done a good job with this gimmick.
Well, I mean, with their gimmick, I'd say they're like Lucha Underground.
Yeah.
They realize they're cheesy, and instead of fighting against it, they capitalize. They're like, okay, we're cheesy. Let's pour more cheese onto that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, Lucha Underground has some cheesy moments to it.
Oh, my
It's
God.
ridiculous. Like, Jeremiah Snake. What the fuck?
Stop.
Anyway, then that led into the next match, or the next... Actually, yeah, the first match. They're starting to do another number one contendership mini tourney again, since Eric Rowan of the Bludgeon Brothers is out
Yeah.
with a torn bicep, I think.
Yeah, he's out for the next 6 months.
Anyway, they had the Bar defeat the Club, and surprisingly, the Cologne. I forgot that they worked there.
You know, with all due respect to the Colognes, why have they tried to make them a thing for so long? I mean, they're good in their own right. But who gives a fuck about the Colognes? They've been repackaged so many times, it's like, why? What next? They're going to be repackaged into Mexican astronauts?
I mean, Primo's been the one that's been repackaged the most, because, I mean, he started in a tag team with Carlito.
Yeah.
Once Carlito left, bam, he just kept getting recycled. Anyway, but surprisingly, the Colognes didn't get pinned. Neither did Carl Anderson. It was Luke Gallows that got pinned.
Wow.
Yeah, it's surprising. This was a decent match.
Yeah.
The Bar are still pretty good.
Yes. And they should be tag team champions, with all due respect to New Day.
Oh, yeah. Next spot was Jeff Hardy calling out Randy Orton.
Yeah.
To Hell in a Cell at Hell in a Cell.
He finally gets his wish. Jeff Hardy can mark one off his bucket list. He finally gets his first ever Hell in a Cell match.
It's hard to believe he hasn't been in a Hell in a Cell match.
I know. Hasn't Matt been in one? I don't think he's done one.
I don't think so either.
But Jeff, he said he's always wanted to do a Hell in a Cell match. He finally gets his wish.
I think he said he wanted a Hell in a Cell match against The Undertaker at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think that's what I heard.
I mean, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
And by the way, happy 41st birthday to him.
Yeah, let's hope he doesn't kill himself at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he is a thrill seeker.
Definitely.
I already cringe whenever he hits Swanton. Especially when he hit the apron. Anyway, next we had Billie Kay defeating Naomi because of shenanigans.
Yay.
Not really much that. Next, Andrade Cien Almas confronts Daniel Bryan. You know, Daniel Bryan hyping up the mixed tag match at Hell in a Cell will be. And Cien basically called out Daniel Bryan.
And I heard they had a pretty damn good match at that.
Oh, they did, but the part was the part that made this great was Daniel Bryan was like, this would be a great match. If I was general manager, I would make this match in a heartbeat. If only somebody could. You know, trying to incite Paige to come out there.
Wow.
She didn't come out there, and Bryan was just like, oh, well, this is kind of embarrassing. You know, so they go back to a little bit of jaw-jacking, and Paige's music hits. She comes out there, you know, she's kind of out of breath because, you know, she had to run from one side of the arena to the next in heels. Yeah, it was great. She made the match.
It's just funny to see how they how she just tries to run in heels.
Just makes me love Paige even more. She's great. I love her. She's fantastic. Which led into the Daniel Bryan Andrade Cien Almas match. It was really good. Especially Almas diving, doing a corkscrew plancha over the top rope. It was a thing of beauty.
I mean, these two would definitely have one hell of a match. It's definitely pay-per-view caliber, so to speak. I didn't see the match. You know, I tried to get home in time to watch was left of the show, but I heard they tore the house down.
Oh, they did. The Miz and Maurice ambushed Daniel and Bree. You know, during the match. So CN won. Oh well, Daniel Bryan won by disqualification. So
Yeah.
that's how it goes. Next spot, and why did they have to phrase it like this? Samoa Joe crosses the line again. He's already crossed the line. He's already into shark-infested waters.
Yeah. Basically.
AJ Styles was out there cutting a promo, talking. I forget what he said. Then, Titantron flashes. Joe is in the parking garage on the phone with AJ's wife. Saying, "Oh, I'm gonna send Daddy home." All this, that, and the other. And he said one line that was completely cheesy that I found it hilarious. He said, "Save me a plate at that back to school barbecue."
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck?
It's great.
Like, bro, what the hell? Like, oh my god.
It's fantastic. Anyway, AJ tears off to the backstage looking for him. Gets to where Joe was at, looking for him. An attendant comes at him, taps him on his shoulder. AJ turns around, tries to cock him. He's just like, but I'm glad you weren't Joe.
Wait, who did that again?
Just like AJ was about to clock some attendant that tapped him on the shoulder.
Oh.
Just did that number right there.
Oh.
AJ just turned around and was like, oof, better be glad you weren't Joe.
Mm-hmm.
Which led to the main event. It was Carmella getting her SmackDown Women's Championship rematch against Charlotte Flair.
Woo!
This was a great match.
It was. I saw the highlights of this match, and say what we will about Carmella's title reign, she definitely put on one hell of a show.
Yeah.
She's improving, so to speak.
You've come around to her title reign.
Yeah.
I mean, you were. You were a contractor.
I was a contractor. I had nothing against Carmella. It was just her title reign really didn't excite me.
Yeah.
But she's come along.
Yeah. She's definitely improved leaps and bounds now that they've shucked off that chinless weight.
Yeah.
Anyway, Charlotte got the win, and it was actually a surprising finish because usually when Charlotte hits the figure 8, Carmella just kind of instantly taps.
Yeah.
No, Charlotte was actually fighting it. She was trying so hard not to tap. She was trying for the ropes, but she eventually succumbed to the figure 8. It was really good.
And then afterwards, as you call her, Sexalicious.
Sexalicious.
Carmella.
She came in.
I mean, damn it, Becky Lynch.
Becky Lynch. She came in and kicked some laughs.
Yes, she did. She took out Charlotte, and she said, at Hell in a Cell, I'm going to get what I want. I'm coming for this women's title, you bitch.
Bitch.
And the crowd just went crazy. She held the title up. Crowd went crazy. From what I've heard, they're trying to make some changes to the storyline because of the reaction Becky's been getting. I mean, like we said, Becky should have won at SummerSlam.
Oh, she definitely should have.
I mean, it's a good rivalry because unlike some other two, they're actually doing something with these two that actually makes sense.
Yeah. One key fact I forgot to mention. They're going to have another triple threat tag team match, to determine who faces the Bar, who faces the New Day at Hell in a Cell. It's going to be another triple threat. It's going to be 2 members of Sanity taking on the Usos and Rusev Day.
I want to say Usos win.
I want to say Rusev Day, actually. Because they are on the right track. Paige was talking to them in her office. And Rusev was like, oh, thanks, Lana. You made this match. Thanks. Lana's like, I didn't make this match. And Aiden English is like, oh, and when we win, it's going to be a glorious Rusev Day. And Rusev's just like, oh, you. And he hugged him. So,
yeah.
It's very touchy-feely.
Yeah.
So, I'm going to say Rusev Day is going to be the ones who face New Day at Hell in a Cell.
I think that either way, it's going to be one kick-ass match.
Oh, yeah. Next, we move on to 205 Live the very same night. We had Akira Tozawa defeat the Brian Kendrick. because Drew Gulak and his crew interrupted Akira Tozawa and his match against Jobber to the Stars Colin Delaney last week.
Oh, God. He's still on there?
Yeah, but he's completely different from WWE ECW. Like,
Yeah.
he's shaved off his hair. He's more tan. He's got a beard. He's more jacked.
Yeah. Because I remember he was, like, about my size.
He was scrawny, pale. He had scraggly hair.
Yeah.
His baby face.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
WWE's version of ECW was straight dumpster fire.
Anyway. Next, Hideo Itami was beating the life out of some enhancement talent until Mustafa Ali returns.
Mustafa. Not Mustafa, Mustafa.
It doesn't have the same effect since Malcolm isn't here.
No.
He gets cracked up over that.
Yeah.
Anyway, Mustafa Ali charged Hideo Itami. Hideo cleared the ring. Yeah, that was it. But Mustafa Ali is still not cleared by Drake Maverick, so who knows how that's going to turn out. And the main event was a absolute barn burner. Buddy Murphy defeating Kalisto in their one-on-one rematch from weeks ago.
I heard that was a pretty damn good match.
Oh, it was. It was so good. But Buddy Murphy got the win. Both the Lucha House Party and Tony Nese got thrown out. So, yeah. It was a good match. Check it out if you haven't. Next, we move on to NXT. It's the first set of tapings after Takeover Brooklyn.
Mm-hmm.
Almost said like two different takeovers right there.
Yeah.
Anyway, we started the show with Johnny Gargano coming out there saying, at Takeover Brooklyn, I became the one thing I despised. I became Tommaso Ciampa. He started going to the spiel of, I don't deserve you guys, your chance, your Johnny Wrestling, I don't deserve any of that, your support. Before he could continue his point, William Regal came out there. And he said the absolute gem of the night. He said, before Aleister Black burns this place to the ground.
Wow.
This is great. But he asked Johnny if he's the one that attacked Aleister Black. Of course, Johnny told him, he's like, you know me. I wouldn't do this. So, he said all that. Then out pops the Velveteen Dream.
What the fuck was he wearing?
I don't know. Like, he had a cap, like a hair cap, and he's wearing suspenders with no shirt on. What the fuck?
Ugh.
This man is so extra. It is great.
He is extra, but he is over as hell.
Yeah. He came out there and he basically talked smack Johnny, calling him Johnny Failure, and the crowd started chanting Johnny Failure. The crowd turned on Johnny Wrestling.
Damn.
It's great. That's how over Velveteen Dream is. It's ridiculous.
That is just... Ugh.
Anyway, Velveteen Dream started, prattling off more shit. Johnny said the doctor gave me this crutch so I could take, take my weight off my knee, but I'm not afraid to use it. And he smacks Velveteen Dream with it one good time.
Damn.
William Regal breaks it up. He looks at Johnny. He's like, get out of the ring now. Go backstage now. Then he looks at Velveteen. He says, you, my office, now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was great. So, he questions Velveteen Dream on whether or not he attacked Aleister Black since he was one of the perpetrators. Mm-hmm. Yes, this week he officially started his investigation.
He should have done that weeks ago.
He should have done that. Okay, I get that it's, Aleister Black's injured, that's it, and, it's already taped, but you're a general manager, you're supposed to do that, like, the very next day, like that Thursday. Well, Thursday, yeah, that work day.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so Velveteen Dream was like, why would I do that? That's not me, all that shit.
Yeah.
Next, we had Dakota Kai, the captain of Team Kick, defeat Aaliyah. Aaliyah's showing a little character. They're trying to do some sort of rich bratty girl routine with her. So.
Going back to 205 Live, I see they're trying to do another gimmick with Davari.
No,
I
they
heard,
are.
I heard they're trying to do another, like...
I mean, he hasn't been on the show in weeks.
Yeah, I heard they're trying to do something else with him again.
So he was pretty good.
He is. But, Aaliyah, the whole rich girl thing.
They've bounced her around so much. They've repackaged her so much. Like, they had her doing a cat girl routine.
I felt like with that, they were trying to get her, like, she was trying to get her feet wet on the scene.
I thought they were trying to get her baby face, but now they're trying to get her to go heel, so whatever. Just do something with her already. I don't know.
Please.
Anyway, next up we had William Regal interrogating the Forgotten Sons.
Oh, man.
It's a tag team on the NXT house circuit. It's Wesley Blake, Steve Cutler, and Gunner. I don't know what his NXT ring name is.
I think it's just Gunner. I don't know.
Okay. Well, he was Gunner in NXT. No, TNA.
TNA.
Yeah. He was Gunner in TNA, so that's what I'll call it. Anyway, interrogated them because they were on the scene where Aleister Black got attacked. And their defense was, well, we were actually looking for you. You know, we parked and we were going into the building. You know, we were looking for, we were going to go talk to you about an opportunity. And William Regal said, you're going to get an opportunity next week. You're free to go.
Wow.
And then the next, they went to commercial and came back for another interrogation. And this one was fucking segment of the night. He interrogated Nikki Cross.
Really?
Yes, it was great.
Oh my god.
I loved it because
You gotta show me that.
she didn't take it seriously at all. Like, she was in a spinny chair. She kept spinning. She got at William Regal's desk. You know, she was messing around with his stationery. Picked up the phone, acted like she was talking to somebody. Laying, yes, I know a secret. I know a secret. Then she, like, laid on William Regal's desk, knocking all of his shit off.
Oh my god.
It was so good. I love Nikki Cross.
Wifey Cross. Oh my god.
Anyway,
ain't watched her in like weeks.
During their interrogation, Bianca Belair came in, basically demanding an opportunity, for women's championship, all that. That kind of perked up Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross was kind of playing with Bianca Belair's braid.
Yeah.
Bianca was like, stop it. Stop it. She smacked her hand. Stop it. It's great. I loved it. So, next week we're getting Wifey Cross versus Bianca Belair. And the segment ended with fucking Wifey Cross looking at William Regal. It's like, is that all you got? Do you have any more questions? William Regal goes, yes, I have lots of questions. It was great. Loved every second of it.
Oh, shit.
Next up was supposed to be Raul Mendoza versus EC3. But before they went to commercial, EC3 got taken out. So when they came back from commercial, Cruiserweight Jobber, Raul Mendoza came out there, followed by Lars Sullivan.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. He said he doesn't know who attacked Aleister Black, but as far as EC3 is concerned, I did it. And you, he pointed at Raul Mendoza, he said, you are standing in Lars Sullivan territory.
And he took him out, right?
Took him out.
Damn.
Anyway, next up was Bask in His Glory, Keith Lee, taking on former rugby player Luke Menzies.
Man, let me tell y'all something, man. I saw a clip on Twitter. I think it was on NXT's Twitter page. That motherfucker did a Hurricane Rana. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Now, we talk about how big guys were athletic like Vader and Bam Bam Bigelow back in the day.
Yeah. This is a whole different plane.
I know, but still, this motherfucker did a fucking Hurricane Rana. Holy shit.
Not just that, he also put Luke Menzies away with his Spirit Bomb, which is a jumping sit-down power bomb.
Bruh. Bruh.
And can I just say, Keith Lee is great. He's got that stoked to be here face. He's athletic. He's also a nerd. His power bomb, the Spirit Bomb, is, of course, a Dragon Ball Z reference. So he's a nerd. And finally, in the main event, it was Shock the System. The Undisputed Era taking on the two, I don't know if they would be minor or major titles. Anyway, the NXT North American and the NXT UK champions, Ricochet and Pete Dunne. Who, Ricochet, Pete Dunne looked like polar opposites. You got Ricochet, who's all smiles, happy to be here. And you got Pete Dunne, who just always got that disgusted look on his face.
He's got that disgusting look like, I just want to just beat you up and collect my money.
Yeah.
Like, I don't give a fuck. I'm just going to beat you up and get a paycheck.
Yeah, because like he told Ricochet, you're not my mate. You're just somebody with a piece of gold that I want.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I can't wait for that title versus title match.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be bananas.
But, yeah, it was originally going to be Roderick Strong and Weird Face Kyle O'Reilly taking on...
Constipated Face.
I was going to say Weird Face, because his face is shaped weird.
Yeah, I just call him Constipated Face, because he always looks like he's constipated.
Yeah. I was going to take on Ricochet and Dunne, but Adam Cole, baby, decided to join in there. This was a bananas match, a barn burner of a tag team match. Of course, it came down to, Undisputed Era and Pete Dunne were on the outside. Ricochet went for a suicide dive. He took out Pete Dunne by mistake.
Ah.
And Undisputed Era capitalized, got the 1-2-3. And Undisputed Era was not done with Ricochet or Dunne.
Pete Dunne, as he calls him.
Peter Dunne. Anyway, they kept beating them up, and then the War Raiders drove them off.
Wow.
So, getting set up for that TakeOver War Games match we're going to get in like 3 months.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is week of programming for NXT, or for WWE. Ugh. So, yeah, pretty interesting week.
Yeah. Definitely. Some good stuff.
Oh, yeah. Ooh. And didn't they say the next week is going to be the start of the Mae Young Classic?
Yeah, September 5th, right after NXT.
Yeah, so it's another hour of programming we got to incorporate into this show.
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, we're not going to be doing predictions for the Mae Young Classic until the finals.
Yes.
Because Mae Young Classic's already pre-recorded as far as who's going to the finals.
Yeah. Because the finals will be at the all-women's pay-per-view. Evolution on October the 20-something.
Yeah, it's at the end of October.
Yeah.
They were going to do, I think it was Clash of Champions or something like that.
Yeah, but it was one of those pay-per-views they scrapped.
Yeah, I think it was Clash of Champions.
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, well.
Either way, we were going to get a bunch of title matches at that show anyways.
Yeah.
So, Evolution is a lot better, even if WWE is wrong in their facts.
Yeah.
It's not the first ever women's, it's the first ever women's in WWE.
Yeah.
So, I'm a stickler for facts, especially since another company did an all-women's pay-per-view multiple years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
That being TNA with their Knockouts One Night Only series.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, that's gonna do it for this episode of the 3 Count. So, he is Rodimus Prime. I'm War Machine M.J. We are the 3 Count Mafia, and we will see you guys next time.
Pow.